operations and marketing.
life in the mines.
Now
I'm good.
It's been 2 years already. In March, I have finished. Many people has mixed up.
Jobs are being added or not.
It's like basically starting fresh over again.
Teaching me how to set goals.
Yes, my name is Jeremy, and welcome to the Young Media Professionals podcast show, where we have entrepreneurs and investors share their experience and their advice with us. Today, our special guest is Ramon Perez, and he will be sharing his knowledge with us today. Welcome, my brother. How you doing?
So far so good, tired, still working on,
Yeah,
grinding.
got to.
It's
I
a
have you.
24-hour thing.
Hmm, I have you here because I get to know a little bit about the kitchen and I want you
Mm.
to share some information and some knowledge with us for other people that want to start their own kitchen or want to start their own restaurant.
Wow.
Tips and advice on how you start yours and what you feel like is important for your type of business. But before we go into that, let the people know and myself, a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ramon Perez for short because I got like a lot of names.
Hmm.
um, been doing this for 16, 17 years, going on 17 years. Professionally about 7 of those years. Parents are Dominican. I was raised Dutch. I speak 5 languages: English, Dutch, Papimento, Portuguese, a little Spanglish. the broken up Papimento. Um, I get into the culinary field and hospitality field by force, you would say. I was like doing I was like the troublesome child in school. I was into some kind of trouble, doing some kind of nonsense. But this like one of my teachers told me, yo, like you got to do something with it. You're always in the office, you're always in some kind of nonsense, you're always on the wrong group. So they put me into culinary, we call it, uh, stage students and things since they were gone, some of them stay over. They told me, hey, you come into the classroom in free time, you got to
Hmm.
put some cleaning. And I developed an interest for it, but it wasn't like something I wanted to do. I said, okay, cool, this ain't bad. So I got into it, and a year later, I was like, yo, instead of me going at PC, I can do this. I like doing this. It looked interesting, I pick up habits on it and I started like watching cooking shows like Food Network, Iron Chef, those kind of things. And it just become a serious addiction to me. I always wanted to be in there. And I already used to like play with fire, like, more ways than one.
Hmm.
And it just become something that I just didn't want, it couldn't come out of my mind. It was either making some kind of random recipe and trying something home for my family. My family went through hell when it comes to me and food because, no boy. I was
Hmm.
making up some nasty food at the beginning.
Yeah. And you mentioned a word, culinary.
Hmm?
You mentioned a word, culinary. What do you mean by that?
Culinary.
What's that?
Culinary is just like cooking. It's basically working in the kitchen, any kind of kitchen. You're dealing with food.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you have a restaurant, you have a kitchen. Tell us a little
Mm-hmm.
bit about your
I
business.
mean, Champion Bites is like my project baby. I was doing it. We've been thinking about this for a while. And me and my current investor, we've known each other for a couple of years, and we were supposed to start pre-COVID. And when we finally started doing the paperwork and everything, COVID hit hard. So we said, look, let's just put it on hold and start over. Well, not even start over, just put it on pause until we start seeing things decreasing with COVID, which was last year, November or so. So we decided to open up and launch. We had a little tough situation with opening and everything because one person tried stopping me from opening. But Champion Bites is like my test kitchen for me to do everything I want. Food I've always wanted to do, foods I have been thinking about testing out with people. So I said, okay, if I like doing this and I like eating this kind of food or like just this idea, why I can't just make it and have people taste and say, okay, I like it. I want to keep coming back for it. It's like some of my burgers and my tacos are my random concoctions that I eat at home and I'm like, yo, this bossing, this fire. All right,
Mm,
test it out. People order it. People like it. They say, okay, cool. I'll put it on the menu.
mm,
And well, just went from there.
mm. Okay. I've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, and one thing I've been hearing often, I want to ask you myself. They always say like you probably could be good at something, but doing it as a business is a whole different other story. So, my question is to you've been enjoying the kitchen, but how is it now that having a business?
For me now, having a business and doing this 24/7 almost is the feeling change because it's more satisfying for me personally because I'm not working for somebody else and making my food happy. I mean, well, how to say it? It's like I'm making my food for myself, for people to like it. I'm not making food for somebody to sell it to somebody else. I'm making myself and I sell it to somebody else. I can sell it how I want to, plate it how I want to. And people are like, yo, this tastes good, this look good. Oh, this one, and I could work on this. I could change it if I want to. Happy. It makes me happy selling out my own food in my own place. It's a satisfaction that is like not even pocket-wise, it's just like mental. It's like an addiction.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what you feel like now that you in the kitchen, what is something that you would say like, okay, if you can run a kitchen, you need to know this. You need to know this.
Oof. Boy, the one thing I would say is hygiene. Hygiene is a hygiene. Like my kitchen is open. I always wanted an open kitchen where people could see what I was doing, and this is my chance. Like when it comes to hygiene, I'm very strict on that. I don't like people. I don't want nobody ever say I eat by this man and the food get me sick. Oh, I see this man in the kitchen and no. If you see something dirty, it's because we've been busy working and it's dirty, But every end of the day, I polish down, I clean up. I don't play with hygiene. That's the one cleanest thing. I'm one of the cleanest chefs I know.
I'm not hearing that from the man himself, Ramon. We're going
clean.
We're going in. Team. What was the team? You doing everything yourself? Or you got people behind you?
I got people behind, like my investors. I have my family. I have it's just close friends. Like even from the beginning, like before I even opened the restaurant, I had a whole set of people that was like I need this, or I need help moving this, I need help with this paperwork or something. I always had people around me that was like subconsciously always there from the beginning that I knew I could count on. Without even me saying like, yo, I stressing, and they're like, yo, what you need, bro? Like I could come help you. You want me to move this? Like I can't think enough. Like this restaurant, me and my father built it like ourselves and another person. But if I had to say this restaurant was built by ourselves, it would be selfish enough because a lot of people help us build this place. A lot. Both from the menus to the typing out to my sister doing the print out. It was a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, man, amazing. From where you is to where you're seeing yourself, where's the goals? Where's like
franchise. I always got in my head franchise. It's one thing I want. I want a franchise like it doesn't even have to be like a 60 location franchise. I'd be happy with 4 or 5 and be like, okay, I need to go to Santo next week because I gotta check out the restaurant I'm doing and been there in like 2 months. I want to go St. Martin and then St. Martin will be like the hub. Yo, the thing is with me, I've seen great restaurants go down because of like staffing or ownership. People lose the drive. I've seen places that shouldn't even be standing like big franchises that people supporting instead of the little man. I want to be the little man that grew up into a big franchise and people still supporting because they know the food always good. Multiple franchise, I'll be good. I just like, okay, yo, I need to go Anguilla, check on the place. Yeah, I hear somebody complaining on Facebook or like the new social media at that time. Like, okay, I need to go check, see what's wrong, fix it, talk to the people there, what's going on, I like to be involved with my staff as much as possible, even though I don't have a big staff. Like with my catering service, I also have a catering service where I always talk to my people, even though we're not working, like, yo, you cool, you good? Like I can't help you a lot financially because I already trying to like focus on this. But if you need to talk, just talk to me.
Tell me, what's your bestseller? What's your bestseller?
Boy, yeah. That one's tough right now. Sell. Boy, it'd have to be my blue cheese burger. Or my steak tacos. I can't pick between those two. It's always those two that sell the most. Because I make my own sauces now. I make like special sauces. I don't like just buying regular blue cheese and putting it on top or just buying the blue cheese sauce. I make my own stuff.
And when it comes to clients, you focus on a certain niche or it's just like it don't matter any and anybody?
It don't matter. I just shoot out to anybody. My menu is very diverse. I have Mexican, I have American, I have pastas, I have wings, I have everything. and I do random things. I don't want to have one niche
Wow.
where a specific type of person will go for one food. I want
Mhm.
everybody to try. I always have Spanish food on specials. I have vegetarian foods on specials. You know,
Oh. So and where you located right now on island?
Kobe,
Kobe.
Kobe Union, Dr. T. John Sifat Road. It's a hard name to pronounce. I didn't even know what that road was, and I lived
Yeah.
Kobe all my life.
Hmm. So how basically you handle your expenses with a business?
But it's just saving basically. It's like you schedule how much you need to save per day for everything you need. Like
Hmm.
I have rent, GV, food, sales, staff, gas for delivery. Like everything you have to calculate, break it down, how much you need to earn per day, and put aside for each of those days, how much sales you have, depending on how much sales you have, and just go from there. Basically, it's basically like in these times, like there's not a lot of sales and not a lot of people on the road spending money. People more like cost wary of what they need to buy, what they need to spend, even though they want to spend. You know? Yeah. And a good accountant. You need a good accountant.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For somebody that want to start their own restaurant, where they could start? I mean, probably they know how to cook, but where they could start? Like you mentioned, like you had problems, like how you came out of that problem and still get to reach where you reach today.
If you want to open a restaurant, my first advice is to like learn multiple fields of a restaurant business. I used to be a waiter. I did a little bartending. I'm not the best bartender. I did a little bartending like when I was in job training stage, and it was about 4 months, and it wasn't my thing, you know. But it's good for you as a person that wants to open a restaurant or any kind of food sale place.
Yeah.
You should know each department just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a massive amount, you know. But it's good to know the cons and the pros of each section. So when things get good or things get bad, you know how to deal with it, you know. But my biggest situation when I was opening my restaurant was an exterior situation. Somebody didn't want me to open. They tried to start me out and financially and though physically also. So it was a lot of back and forth with the government and trying to broker a deal where I can actually open and function because I was paying GB, I was paying rent for a place I wasn't basically even open. So it put a strain on my pocket and my investors' pockets, you know.
But thank God you still reach with you reach today, and now to imagine where you going to reach tomorrow. So
Ain't no giving up. Yeah.
social medias, where can people find you?
If they want my food, they can go on my Instagram. It's Perez Meals 721. That's where I usually post my specials, my catering events, all my pictures. And if you want my my personal one for like just myself, is on Instagram. It's Perez Chef Perez, and on Facebook it's Ramon Perez. None too like flashy.
Yeah,
My restaurants, Facebook is Champion Bites Restaurant. Ambitions and ideas of Ramon Perez.
so before we go, advice, just we gotta make sure to like even for myself too, because sometimes I talk with my fiance, I think about ideas of opening a chicken spot on the island. So what kind of advice as somebody probably that don't have knowledge in the kitchen but probably want to still have a spot because they feel it's a cash flow in the business, like what kind of advice you would give me, or people that that like that.
It's gonna sound corny, right? But don't go for the money. Don't go in thinking about the money, because then it's like why I got taught from. I've had like 5 head chefs in my life that showed me like if you want to be in this kind of business, don't think about the money. The money is good sometimes depending on if you're working for people that have money to pay out, but don't go thinking about money, because then when you don't receive that money or if things tough, you can start making food that ain't making you happy and the people satisfied. Happy food sells better than greedy food, you know?
Wow.
It sounds weird, but this is the way I got taught. This is how I always thought to myself, like, if you want people to buy your stuff, anything you do, not even just food, make it good. Do it because you, or sell it because you're happy doing it or selling it. Don't just sell $1. Don't sell let me sell $1. Don't sell AirPods just because you want to make a $50 extra. Sell AirPods because you like them and they sound good and you want people to experience that.
Wow. That was amazing advice.
It's just like this is why I get taught over the years, Do things that might make you happy, then people can understand. People like walk into my restaurant enough times with my headphones on, I play music, and they see me dancing, making some food and things. Like, yo, my bad. Like, I ain't no zone. I want this to be the best thing I do, even though tomorrow I can make it better.
Yeah. I thank you so much. I know you're busy. I know, you was somebody to learn from. You is somebody to look up to. Thanks a lot for taking the time to be here and sharing some game with me and the people that follow and support me as well. And also for all the other young media professional members that also participated on the Young Media Professionals podcast show. And I thank you, so much for taking all the time, because I know, you've been busy and we've been, trying to do it, but we made it happen.
For a good while.
Yes, sir. And you share some information even for myself, if you're going to do something, don't do it just for the money. Make sure I have a little passion in it, because
ain't gonna be a lot, just be in love with it a little bit.
For sure. My brother, thanks a lot. And I'll update you.
Appreciate you, bro. Always welcome.
I'll update you with the more information and the content we have coming up.
Always welcome, man.
Is there anything you want to say to my members before we leave?
Don't drive yourself crazy when they hard. It gonna get better eventually, trust me. Brighter days will come. Trust me on that one.
For sure. All right, my brother. Bless
from experience.
All right, my brother.
Easy.
Thanks. Easy.
Blessings.